Hi everyone, my name is Claribel Roa. My student ID is 118-3628. Today in this course of Literature of Anglophone Countries, I am going to give you a short history review of the history The Open Window wrote by Saki. But first of all, who is Saki? Hector Hunt Munro, very known by the pen name Saki or H.H. Munro, was an English graduate. He is considered by the English teacher and scholar as the master of short history. The open window symbolizes the angst and the heartbreak of the love of someone you love. But when the truth is revealed, the open window no longer symbolizes the angst, symbolizes the deceit. The setting of this history is a Mrs. Samplin Victorian-style home in United Kingdom countryside. This history takes place on an autumn evening. The characters congregate in a living room near to the French window overlooking to the lawn. From my point of view, this history has a ton of funny because Vera fabricated a tale about ghosts and madness in her family. To Mrs. Frampton, he's a man who has a nervous condition. This history is written of third person. But before I talk about the summary, let's meet the main characters. First, we have Mr. Frampton Noodle. He's a man who has a nervous condition and he decides to move on a new town with the hope to put another his nervous condition. We have Vera. He is Mrs. Sampleton's niece and is the person that fabricated the tale to Mrs. Frampton. And we have Mrs. Sampleton. He's the person who received to Mrs. Frampton in her house. Now I tell you a brief summary. This history starts with Mr. Frampton Noodle. He was a man who has a nervous condition and he decides to move to a new town with the hope to put another his nervous condition. He arrived to Mrs. Sampleton's house with a letter that his brother wrote for him. He was received by Mrs. Sampleton's niece, Vera. She started to tell him a tale about ghosts and madness in her family, and how Mrs. Sampleton never accepted the death of her brother and her husband. The window was always open because she had the hopes that someday her family would return. When the evening comes, Mr. Frampton looks to a person that resembles to the person that Vera described that supposedly died. Mrs. Frampton was nervous and ran away of this place. All of this was a joke by Vera because Mrs. Sampleton's husband and brother never died. At the end, Mrs. Frampton spent the night on a graveyard. This history is intentionally funny, but behind all of this, there is a serious mission. From my point of view, the people shouldn't put their problem over others because everyone has their own problems. And I think that everyone must carry their own cross. My rate for this history is 5 of 5 stars. If you want to spend your time reading a good history, I recommend it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.